3-1. The teams in 4th and 5th served up an amazing game at Molineux, where Wolves have been in relegation form. But Saturday saw the return of several key players, notably Don Goodman, back scoring again after that fractured skull that threatened his career. That was 28 minutes in. By half-time, Barnsley had stretched into a 3-1 lead. John Hendry's cross was headed in by Dutchman Arjan de Geu. 4 minutes later, the Wolves' defence were caught out of position again. Hendry crossed and Clint Marcel was fouled. No doubt about the penalty, and the Barnsley captain Neil Redfern made it 2-1. And the game appeared to have swung well and truly Barnsley's way when another defender, Nicky Eden, arrived to turn in Scott Jones' cross. But Wolves weren't succumbing to their 5th home defeat running. Steve Bull touched in Mark Venus's cross. And Barnsley couldn't hang on for the final half hour. Mark McGee threw on his big substitute Ewan Roberts back after injury. He put himself about and bundled in the equaliser just 5 minutes from the end. 3-3. After nearly 2 years in charge, Brian Laws has been sacked as Grimsby Town manager. The decision followed a 3-0 home defeat by Oldham.
I'm obviously very disappointed. Things haven't worked out as well as it should have. But I feel I've done a hell of a lot for this club and a lot of good things.
We've not been performing very well this season. We feel we've got a good, strong squad here, but unfortunately we haven't been getting the right results.
Youth team coach John Cockerell was put in charge for Sunday's game against Sheffield United. Cockerell is the board's favoured choice to take on the job full-time. But his priority is to win points and restore confidence. It won't be easy. Goalkeeper Jason Piercy's tentative clearance was swallowed up by Don Hutchison. Grimsby did respond with an excellent equaliser. Strikers Steve Livingston and Clive Mendonca's quick thinking and quick passing stretched the Sheffield United defence. Mendonca's final pass was perfect for Livingston's diagonal run. Yet Sheffield United still had the lead by half-time. An excellent run by their Belarusian striker Peter Kachuro did the damage, and from Kachuro's pass, Dane Whitehouse beat Piercy. Back came Grimsby with their best spell of the game early in the second half. They scored another well-made goal. Neil Woods twisted and turned to beat the tackles inside the area. Again, Livingston was the beneficiary. Grimsby were the better team, but chances weren't taken. At the other end, Sheffield United ruthlessly exploited what little came their way. 11 minutes from the end, Whitehouse won possession and crossed for Kachuro. 3 minutes later, Whitehouse went out on his own this time into the wide open space behind the demoralised defence. 4-2, Howard Kendall's side climb into the top 6. Steve Coppell said it would take a month to evaluate Manchester City's prospects. Time's up, and Coppell's City have won just twice in 6 games. The manager refuses to panic, but admits his team were out-physicaled by Swindon and the muscular Wayne Allison. Swindon had missed a penalty before Allison put them in front. Steve Cow created his second 7 minutes from the end. The players are desperate to do well, but they've got to work harder, was Coppell's verdict afterwards. Oxford were comfortable winners at the Manor Ground, but Ipswich did make it easy for them. Tony Mowbray's own goal set the tone for Ipswich's dreadful first half. When Joey Beecham's weaving, pacey run down the right wasn't stopped, Martin Aldridge cleverly ran over the ball for Nigel Jempson to gleefully do the honours. 4 minutes later, it was 3-0. Another corner, this time a free header for the giant defender Matt Elliott. It looped over Richard Rice and in. In possession terms, Ipswich were neat and tidy, but that won't be enough to appease their restless supporters. Adam Tanner's goal was all they managed on Saturday. Poor home form is undermining Queen's Park Rangers' season. 4 minutes was all it took for Stoke City to take the lead. Mike Sheeran created the chance for the speedy Graham Kavanagh, although the Steve Backley celebration was overdoing it a bit. To sell or not to sell Trevor Sinclair is the big dilemma facing the QPR board. He wants to go, manager Stuart Houston wants to keep him. The board discussed the matter on Monday night, but with Spurs prepared to pay $5 million, that could be Sinclair's last QPR goal. It's now a year since Birmingham City last won an away game. The commentator at Port Vale is Peter Brackley.
This is Naylor! What a super strike by Tony Naylor. Now McCarthy. Mills is in the middle. There is Mills! And Naylor! 2-0. Porter. Naylor, good touch. Porter's cross. It's another one from Guppy.
No side in the country could better Portsmouth's explosive start. Manager Terry Fenwick and Director of Football Terry Venables had great hopes for Lee Bradbury. That was the youngster's 6th goal in 8 games. It was just the beginning for Portsmouth. When Fitzroy Simpson had the audacity to curl in a shot from the edge of the area with his weaker right foot, West Brom were in trouble. They hadn't been beaten away in 14 matches, but this game was a lost cause when Andy Turner's cross was touched back by Bradbury for John Durnin to make it 3. Portsmouth declared at half-time when they were 4-0 up and heading for their biggest win of the season. Turner's first for the club, after more good work from Bradbury, crowned the scoring. Both these teams hope for a playoff place, but worrying about relegation might be more realistic. Reading's bright start eventually brought them a goal 5 minutes into the second half from Lee Nogan. Southend's performance had lacked direction until their Danish midfielder John Nielsen triggered off a transformation. After Nielsen's spectacular equaliser, Reading began to wobble. 7 minutes later, a pinball session, and Paul Williams' run panicked Barry Hunter into a clumsy foul. Mike Marsh put away the penalty, and from then on, Southend were comfortable winners. Two away wins running have made it an excellent week for Oldham Athletic. The commentator at Bradford is John Helm.
Good header from Ormonroyd. Good ball from McNiven. Chances here now. And it's in from Barlow. Oldham have the lead. And it's up there high for Ormonroyd. And there might be a second goal for Oldham. There is. Barlow's there again. Barlow's away down the right. He's only Brightwell to confront him at the moment. And Barlow goes for the shot and goes for glory and gets it. It's a hat-trick for Stuart Barlow.
Oldham's win lifts them off the bottom of the table. Bradford take over in 24th place. Grimsby are 1 place above them. Charlton and Birmingham both have 17 points, but they do have games in hand. After 11 wins in 16, Bolton now have a 6-point lead. Crystal Palace move to within a point of Norwich. Sheffield United move up 3 places after their win.